An Asheville police lieutenant speaks out about what he says are new problems with the evidence room.
An audit 3 years ago showed it was a mess, with piles of guns, money, and drugs misplaced and mislabeled. The former manager pleaded guilty to stealing drugs from the room. With a new manager in charge just 5 months ago, police showed us an organized room with new procedures.
And News 13 investigative reporter Mike Mason joins us. Mike, now there are new allegations.
That's right. Tonight we have new information showing property rooms were left disconnected from the alarm system for nearly a year. That's a violation of police policy, and some are concerned it could also compromise criminal cases. An audit in 2011 found the APD evidence room in disarray. It was closed down for more than a year to be organized, and a new manager was hired in 2013. This past August, Lieutenant Mark Bird was recently transferred out of patrol to oversee the property rooms and says there are still issues.
We have property and evidence that is stacked on top of each other. I mean, it is an absolutely a logistical nightmare.
These are photos of the APD's 3 evidence rooms. This is the new evidence room. Here are pictures of the old property room. And this simulator training room has been added to store evidence that couldn't fit in the other 2 rooms. The APD is also storing items in 7 Connex shipping containers and is now moving evidence into a room leased at the federal building. The court evidence could determine whether someone is sentenced or sent home.
We have absolutely no space. It looks like a bad episode of Hoarders.
Bird was directed to organize the property rooms. In August, he discovered 3 of the Connex containers storing key evidence had been disconnected from the alarm and monitoring system.
I found out that these Connex trailers did not have alarms on them, and they had not had alarms on them for 9 or 10 months.
According to the APD policy manual, the property room will be equipped with a monitored alarm that must be activated when workers leave the building. Bird points to records showing alarms were disconnected more than a year ago when new AC units were installed back in September of 2013.
Those items need to be kept under alarm during all times, so that may be something to look into.
We shared this information about the disconnected alarms with Police Chief William Anderson.
When did that occur?
They were just connected in August, so 10 months before that.
If you want to leave that information with me, I'll be more than happy to look at it. And any other information that you might have that obviously you have brought to this meeting that I'm not aware of.
But Bird says the chief provided him this evidence room assignment sheet developed back in July, listing issues requiring attention, including evaluating and improving the alarm system. In August, soon after Bird began overseeing the evidence room, he emailed Acting Captain Wally Welch advising him the alarms must be installed on these trailers immediately. Within 3 weeks, all 3 were reconnected. However, by that time, nearly a year had passed by, leaving critical evidence unprotected.
Their protocol requires them to be alarmed, and obviously they ought to be alarmed.
The city says the Connex trailers only store items with no evidentiary value, and many are marked for destruction. Bird contends the containers are full of evidence awaiting trial. Meanwhile, the district attorney plans to investigate whether this could impact ongoing cases.
I'm not sure I was aware they were putting a lot of stuff in there.
He said you're not aware of that, but that almost all of the trailers are 100% full of evidentiary evidence awaiting trial.
Well, I suspect I'll be asking for a list of what's in the Connex boxes.
And the chief says his department maintains the integrity of evidence in all property rooms, and although they're placing new items in the old evidence room, they're stored in separate locations. We requested emails sent between the city and police chief regarding the alarms. The city now tells us they'll have that to us by tomorrow. Meanwhile, the district attorney says he'll investigate whether any unprotected evidence has been compromised.